Greetings, internetizens. This is Elmerthien playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, it turned out that the executions are fake, as are probably the murders, because the professor is out in the woods. Basically, people who get executed or turned into statues are actually somehow ending up in the woods outside the town, where most of them dress up in purple cloaks and act mysterious. Kira appeared in town. Maybe they're trying to recruit our peeps. Oh right, the spiral plants. Maybe they're cursed? Maybe some of the people are also swirly underneath their hoods. We didn't see all of Kira. We should be safe here. Miss Faye, are you hurt? Nope, I'm right as rain. Thank you for saving me back there. You look like you're all back to normal, Professor. Not as shiny and way more talkative. What do you mean by back to normal? You were turned into gold, Professor. Someone cast a magic spell on you. A magic spell? On me, you say? Let me refresh your memory. You remember the witch that appeared when we were in Mr. Belduke's house, don't you? Indeed. So you're saying that was when a magic spell was cast on me? That's right. We're super golden and super shiny. Super shiny and golden. Most fascinating. Do you not remember any of that? Sadly, I do not. To tell you the truth, I have no recollection of what happened to me then. It's fake. It's all fake, isn't it? The magic. It seems I lost consciousness immediately after the witch appeared. Or it's a weird afterlife mechanic. And when I regained consciousness, I was already in this forest. So then, do you think maybe they carried you here after the trial? No, can't be an afterlife mechanic, cause we know the execution elevator isn't really killing people. After the trial, then that must mean... Yep, you were the unfortunate victim of witchcraft in that trial, Professor. How extraordinary. Miss Faye, could you please bring me up to date on everything that happened after my disappearance? What about Luke and Mr. Wright? Are they okay? I recall Luke and I heading to Sir Belduke's house. We thought you and Mr. Wright were in danger. Yeah, I think they're alright. So much has happened. Where do I even start? If memories are being wiped again. Is Darklaw behind this as well? Is Darklaw in charge of the fake deaths? Of the fake death people? Did I hear you correctly? You say that one of my arms broke off? Yep, the right arm. Snap! Oh! And so, Miss Faye, you were charged with using magic? Yep, that's right. And then, look, cried his little eyes out, and then the parrot on Luke's head testified its little beak off. That must have been quite the sight, but I must say, this situation has certainly piqued my interest. I see. My apologies, Miss Fay. Had I had the strength at the time, I could have been of more help. No way, Professor. You saved me just a moment ago. And quite the close call it was. By the way, Miss Fay, why are you in this forest? That is a very good question. Nick managed to prove my innocence, but I still ended up being thrown into the fire. You were found innocent yet still sent to the fire? Well, anyways, so much weird stuff has happened since then. It would seem so, yes. But it's strange. There must have been more to that cage that I was trapped in, like a trick or something. A trick? Yeah, the cage dropped down through the chamber and then came to stop just above a wagon. Yes, the wagon. The old-timey isekai truck. That wagon was how I ended up here. It would seem there is more to that fire chamber than I originally thought. Though that truck is supposed to hit you, not to carry you to the other world. Then when I saw those things, I tried to get away. But as you saw back there, they found me. I thought I was a goner. And that is when I appeared, is that correct? Yep, that's right. Is something the matter, Miss Fay? It's Nick. He must be worried sick. I mean, I was thrown into the fire right before his eyes. Well, time to come back. Maybe recruit an army of those purple people? Look all spooky. Break down the wall. Threaten to curse everyone? No. Don't threaten to curse everyone. Yes, I'm also concerned about Luke. However, I believe Luke and Mr. Wright are certain to sense something is amiss and solve this mystery. We are sure to all meet up again soon. Yeah, you're right, Professor. For the time being, let's investigate this place as much as possible. Investigate? Indeed, this forest appears to be full of secrets. First I was turned into gold and awoke to find myself here. And then you, Miss Fay, were transported here from the courtroom, under the illusion of having been put to the fire. Perhaps this forest... Uh-oh! How'd they manage to find us so fast? What should we do, Professor? It appears they were lying in ambush. I'm afraid an altercation here is unavoidable. But why are they wearing gas masks? These guys look like they've been hitting the gym. They're a lot bigger than the others. Is there something bad in the air? Indeed, leave this to me. Now, please step back, Miss Fay. Knock him into next week, Professor. This isn't the time travel game, is it? Now, just what is all the commotion? Mr. Layton, who may or may not be Darklaw. You were given a task to carry out, were you not? So what exactly do you think you're doing? Answer me. Forgive us, oh great witch. Shades? That sounds kinda underworldly. What? That's the witch from the last time? What's she doing here? Now, isn't this a strange sight? Two visitors from the witch trials, a victim and an accused. Strange indeed. Come again? It was your fault we were part of those trials in the first place, you witch! My, this one has some fight in her. Relax. I do not plan to harm you two. This marks the third time we have now met. Tell me, what exactly are you planning? What? Professor? You two have met 3 times? Yes. I first met her in London, prior to arriving in Elmerthien, of course. That's right. Oh, that hat has 2 spikes, not 1. Now enough. Stand down. These 2 are considered guests. You are not to lay a finger on them. Is that clear? Make sure the rest of the shades get that message. Shades? Are they those creepy people in the weird robes? Yes, mistress. No, that would make no sense. Yes, mistress. As you command, O great witch. Great witch. There is no need to be alarmed. You may relax. I'm afraid I cannot oblige. Not as long as you are here. Before I saw the other spikes, I thought that looks more like a princess head. No, it's just... No, with 2 spikes it looks like horns. Tell me, what are you? You know, from what I hear, you're a big fan of solving puzzles and mysteries, are you not? Then by all means, go ahead. You are free to investigate the Eldritch Woods to your heart's content. The Eldritch Woods? The answers to your questions are here. You're free to seek them. And you do not plan on having us captured? Being mysterious, telling us to investigate for ourselves? Sounds like Dark Law. You'll have to excuse the Shades' earlier behavior. They can be a bit overzealous at times. They were simply doing what was requested of them. Trying to recruit us into your shadow army. Their task, as they call it, anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family, as it were. A member of the Shades? What does that mean? Why are you acting like you're the queen of the underworld or something? You're not even dead, are you? Like I said, you should seek out the answers for yourselves. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another engagement with a visitor of mine. A visitor? Until next time, Professor Layton. And she disappears. She disappeared? So, Professor, the great witch they mentioned, they must be referring to her, right? She has to be Bezella. The great witch Bezella. If that woman were her, then that would make Eldritch Woods the home of all witches. This just keeps getting curiouser and curiouser. That's a reference to Alice in Wonderland. So then, that means the Shades, or whatever, are witches? That is what we must find out. I believe there may be a very important clue or two hidden within this forest. There must be some reason why this forest has been kept a secret from the citizens of Labyrinthia. I also must wonder why this great witch is simply allowing us to do as we wish. It is slightly concerning. Well, there's no point in looking a gift horse in the mouth. I say we take her offer and check this place out. That way we'll rack up a ton of clues by the time we reunite with Nick. And since we'll be working together, I like it as your temporary look. Right you are, Professor? Well done. Thank you very much, Miss Fay. Now then, let us begin our investigation. Yes, sir. Let's go, Professor. Form of corruption? He didn't know he got transformed. Now this isn't quite as swirly as in that other room. Oh, it's two trees grown together. That reminds me of the chapter of Uzumaki where those two people that are in love run off together. What's for some ceremony? There's supposed to be a hidden puzzle, right? Is it here? Yes, it's here. You know, Professor, I was thinking. You said you woke up in the forest, right? The shades were on me the minute I set foot here. But they never went after you. Why is that? That is true. I seem to recall waking up inside a cell of sorts. Did you just say a cell? How did you manage to escape? Fortunately, it was not a cell of the metallic variety, Miss Fay. Was it a cell of the biological variety? Or the Dragon Ball Z variety? Take a look over there. Do you see that entrance covered in vines? Oh, I get it! So you must have hacked and slashed your way to freedom. Or maybe like it could also be a monastery cell. Or a spreadsheet cell. Oh yeah, the professor is a fencer. Well, I wouldn't say I hacked or slashed anything as such. All it took was a single cut to unravel my way to freedom. Allow me to demonstrate. We're cutting something. A number of intricately woven vines have formed a fence blocking the professor's path. Simply cutting one of the vines should unravel the entire fence and clear a path. Vines. These green things. In the places where they're weak. Yeah, it's definitely that middle one.
allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Well, perhaps you could just bend them a little and weave through. Whoa! You sure showed that one who's boss, Professor. A single precise cut is far more efficient than swinging around haphazardly. After I freed myself, I began to investigate the forest. Not long after that, I heard somebody cry out. Ah, yeah, you mean me? Right you are, Miss Faye. I'm glad you were okay. And okay I was, good sir. So I guess you're still in the middle of that forest investigation, huh? It would seem so. Shall we press on then? Yeah, it's on now. I'm gonna cut these puzzles down to size with the power of my mind. Excuse me, we wanted to ask you a question real quick. What exactly do you do in this forest? We live to serve the mistress and carry out her orders. Our tasks. The mistress speaks. We obey. Tasks? Is that like your job? Yes. My task is to assist all newly initiated shades. Assist newly initiated shades? It must have something to do with what the Great Witch said earlier. Anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family. Is it like a cult? Although my task is made much more difficult when they run away. Why do they always run away? But we will not chase after you again. It is the mistress's orders. I see. So you do everything the Great Witch commands? Hey, I bet you guys are always fighting over the good tasks, huh? Who'd want to get stuck doing the Great Witch's laundry? Seriously though, you guys were really close to turning me into a shade earlier. I'm seriously glad the professor came along when he did. 5 coins. Do you think this is where the Shades live? It looks kinda like a village. It would appear so. They seem to lead a very simple lifestyle. But they look so magical and fantastical. I figured they'd live somewhere way more, well, magical and fantastical. Now that you mention it, they don't appear capable of using magic, do they? I guess if they did, they'd only end up back at the witch trials. Remember, that may be the law within Labyrinthia. But the Great Witch rules this forest. But the Great Witch rules this forest. It is doubtful that such a law would exist here. Oh, that's true. You think we should tell them to just let loose? I bet they have some really flashy spells. Let us focus our efforts on looking around this village first. There appears to be a path leading out on the other side too. Cool. There's a tree house. Maybe this is partially a tree village. And they're lifting a bucket using the tree? Yeah, the lighter arguments. Little white flowers. So, how's the task going? Working hard? Huh? Oh, the task! Well, duh, of course we are. Speaking of which, what's your task? My task is to prepare food for everyone. I'm actually trying to come up with the menu for today. I wouldn't exactly call my cooking appetizing or edible, but I must do what our mistress commands. Remind us not to stop by for dinner. Did you say something? Me? Nope, not a thing. Hey, good luck. Try not to blow up the kitchen. And don't break the pasta. Don't set the stove too high. But I wanted to look for sparkles. Here's a sparkle. Wait, wrong button, but I'll look at this anyway. The fire pit isn't killing people. All I can do is carry out my tasks the best I can, in hopes that one day I may be allowed to return to the town. Oh, it's a cycle. Return? What do you mean? I am not too sure myself. It is something I was told when I arrived. The Great Witch keeps a record of all the tasks we successfully complete. Then, when our accomplishments outnumber our failures, she will consider returning us to the town. That is what I believe, and that is why I continue to toil away at my tasks. So, does this mean these guys aren't witches? From the sound of his voice, it would seem this particular shade is male. However, according to what you told me earlier, all witches here are female. Maybe this is a murder victim. So then who exactly are these shades? Say, who are you? My, how very direct. A shade is a shade. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, that wasn't really helpful. Perhaps you can tell us what your particular task is. That I cannot tell you. Most Shade's tasks are closely guarded secrets. Yeah, this is just the cook again. Can't talk to any other Shades here. So let's move on to the next place. The coins keep piling up. What? A path leading to the outside world? Maybe we're swapping to fives now. Maybe the 4 was just an intermediate. To make the 150 possible. Oh, wait, let me check again if there's any secret puzzles. No? So let's talk to the peeps. Or at least this one. I'm terrible at my task, the worst. I'm even more terrible at following orders. We might get an info leak here. One small misstep and it'll be my fault. We have a serious situation on our hands. I feel sick just thinking about it. A serious situation? What kind of task do you have exactly? I can't say. The only thing I can say is that I'm terrible at it. Why are you so nervous anyway? It's because she's watching. Always watching. She sits up there in her mansion and just keeps on watching. Mansion? You mean the Great Witch lives nearby? On the other side of the river. It's quite far, but she can see our every move. So that's across the river then. Professor, we're sure to run into her again there. It's where she lives after all. The best course of action may be to try and make our way there. There are still many questions to be answered. Yeah, then we'll finally see if she's the real deal or not. Right, Professor? That's right, Miss Faye. Let us make our way across the river. Red flower lake, There are some red flowers. On the map even. Are they that big? Wow! Check out the beautiful scenery, Professor. This is quite an open space, isn't it? Looking across the river, the Great Witch's mansion is slightly visible. And is that the town wall? Yeah, you can just about make out the roof from here. Hey, Do you think the wall behind it could be Labyrinthia's outer wall? That is quite possible, which would mean these Eldritch Woods must be located directly outside Labyrinthia. Huh? But isn't that kinda strange? The people in Labyrinthia said that nothing exists outside of the town, didn't they? Yes, quite. I too have heard the townsfolk make such assertions. To them, that is the world of the dead. In fact, the very gate we used to enter Labyrinthia disappeared as soon as we passed it. I believe there must be some kind of trick behind it. It looks like we've quite a lot to discuss with little Miss Great Witch, don't we? That we do. Let us continue, Miss Fay. And now we've got 3 coins again? Can't cross this bridge. Maybe that person has a bridge puzzle. Oh no! The bridge is out? It's been completely destroyed. All that remains are a few bits of debris and a small boat floating across the shore. Oh, the boat puzzles are back. Are you two looking for a way to cross the river? Yes, that's right. Is there no other way across? If there's a way across, I sure wish I knew what it was. I'm sort of having a mini crisis here. Why did I have to get stuck with the task of reporting the daily task progress to the Great Witch? Granted, I get to bask in the presence of the mistress and take in her gorgeous visage, which is actually pretty amazing. But being unable to cross the river, I can't even carry out my task now, let alone adore her unparalleled beauty. Oh well, you know what they say, you either sink or swim. Hope you brought your bathing suits. We're swimming across. I can't swim. We'll have to find another way. Wait a sec, Professor, can you not swim? It's okay, I bet you could flip your head over and ride it like a boat. Think it looks like it could float on water real good. Swimming has nothing to do with it, and I do not think using my head as a boat would be the best idea, Miss Fay. I'll go across and fetch that small boat. I should be able to jump across rather easily using the bits of debris on the water. I'll then be able to use the boat to create a path all the way across. Rest assured, Miss Fay, this is my specialty. Hey, that's not a bad idea. You don't miss a beat, do you, Professor? Good luck. Oh, it's the flipping puzzle again. Or not? Something else here. Knocking the logs into the water. I have to connect somewhere. I have if we just connect these two? Nothing can go here. Wrong window.
I've already seen the answer. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Yes, now I can give my mistress today's report. Thank you so much. I don't know how to repay you. It was no trouble. A broken bridge would be inconvenient to everyone after all. By the way, what kind of tasks did the Great Witch give you to? I'm itching to know. Huh? What's our task? Let's see. Investigating. Oh, that's it. We're puzzle solvers. Yep, that's right. Pretty close to investigating. Puzzle solvers? Ah, of course. That makes sense. Well, you have both performed your task magnificently. Please excuse me, I must report to the mistress. Now I can go back to truly enjoying my task. Farewell. Wow, he's really booking it. Man, we did something really good, huh, Professor? That we did, Miss Faye. Now let us press on with our task. Oh, mistress, mistress. Has something happened to the Great Witch? I went up to her room, but there was no answer. Oh, mistress, most venerable Great Witch. Maybe she's just not in the mood to talk. Everyone has their days. No, never. She would never do that. The mistress always answers us. Wow! I've got to say I'm surprised. It sounds like she's really faithful to you guys. Maybe she just stepped out? If she stepped out, we would know. Oh, what could have happened to you, mistress? That reminds me, she mentioned there was a visitor waiting for her, or words to that effect. Then that visitor would still be waiting around for her, right? No. They are both inside the room. Aha! I've got it! Svari! The supposed visitor is really some shady ex-knight looking for revenge. I thought it might be the storyteller. Miss Faye, please refrain from putting any terrible scenarios into his head. Regardless, we must continue inside. It seems something rather serious is afoot. There are horses? the spooky fog. Let's not steal the flowers. We might get cursed. Ooh, they're brewing potions here. Mistress, mistress, please answer. Something, anything. If something were to happen to you, Whoa, everyone's really freaking out. Hey, maybe I should pretend to be Bezella. I can be all like, silence, minions. Indeed, I wonder what could have happened here. Maybe she turned her visitor into a gold statue. Hopefully this one doesn't lose an arm. Right, I haven't checked this thingy on the map. Three coins again. Blue and purple potions. Oh, mistress, please answer. What could have happened? Excuse me, but could you perhaps tell us what is going on here? We heard a loud noise from the mistress's room just a moment ago. We called out to her, but there was no answer. There was nothing, no answer at all. This isn't like her. A loud noise, huh? Maybe that was the sound of the Great Witch being attacked. No, to harm one as beautiful as her. What barbarian would do such a thing? But if she was attacked, then that means the attacker is still... Just thinking about is making me shake in my robe. Alright guys, first things first. We've gotta get this door open. You are welcome to try, but we have already exhausted our options. You see only the mistress as the key to this door. However, if something has happened, we had better hurry. How terrifying. I mean, please help us. But how utterly terrifying. She's a powerful witch though. I'm sure she can handle fighting some mortals. Or some regular people. My task is quite an important one. That's a ridiculously huge pot. I wonder what they're cooking in there. Ramen? Cursed ramen? You stop. Do not interfere with my task. Ah! I'm sorry, I won't. There appear to be 2 pots, each with a different substance being cooked. Whoa! Check that out, Professor! The color changed! How'd they do that? Magic. While I agree the change in color is rather peculiar, I'm more interested in its smell. Be sure to sniff safely. I have a strange feeling I've smelled this very same odor somewhere before. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, it does seem kinda familiar, doesn't it? Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir. Oh yeah, it smells like the flowers. Red flour. What? I'm out. No more stirring. No more mixing. Are those not red flowers in that basket over there? Red flowers. Yes, I'm restocked. Back to mixing. Back to stirring. This flower looms just off the shore of the lake, does it not? It would seem your task is to mix these red flowers into the pot, is that right? Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir. Boy, he's seriously concentrating so hard that he can't even afford to have a conversation. Wonderful weather today, wouldn't you say? Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir. Ever the social butterfly, Miss Fay. But where do we go now? We look at the flowers? Investigate the liquid some more? Big pots? I stir the red liquid. Next to me they make the blue liquid. The shade over there, she has been trying to mix the two for some time. Don't get the cooking ladles mixed up. You mean mix the 2 liquids together? I wonder if we can give this a try. Let's look around and see, Professor. Quickly, very quickly. Must mix, must mix quickly. What, may I ask, are you making in this pot? No clue, just know it's important, very important, most important. Are they brainwashed? The mind wipes probably help with that. Most important, huh? Are we talking like making soup for lunch kind of important or what? That's not that important. Open the door. We must open the door. We must help our mistress. We must help the Great Witch. Oh, come on, what else is there to investigate here? mix equal measures of blue and red. You're making purple potion. Although the red one already looks kinda purplish. I can't do it. This shade's task is proving to be quite challenging for her. Isn't there a task to mix the red and blue liquids together? Yes, they must be combined in equal measures. But no matter how many times I try, I cannot get it. Please, can you help me? Huh? You want us to help? I must admit, I'm quite fascinated by the mixing process at work here. Very well, let us give her a helping hand. Maybe we can get some information out of this. Oh, it's the mixing puzzle. Reminds me of the water puzzle from the first Professor Layton game. It's green!
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Something definitely happened. You did it. You actually did it. I knew you could do it, Professor. Our shade friend here looks pretty pleased. This liquid, it has a most mysterious glow. I wonder what type of dye they used. And yet this scent, it smells oddly familiar. Perhaps I smelled it when arriving in this town. No, I believe I smelled this scent before that even. Mistress! What's wrong? There's quite a bit of commotion coming from the entrance to that room. I believe something may have happened. Quickly, Miss Fay. Right. Alright, but I'll see you next time.